And we're back. We're set up now over at the one of the lagoon ponds at the far end of Dead Horse Ranch State Park. I don't know how much you'll be able to see, but that gives me free rein to make up all kinds of stuff flying around here. So I'm going to have a seat, sit back and relax. I'm not sure how much in the background you can hear. Obviously we've got a good collection of great-tailed grackles making lots of noise and flying around. And of course the boys are showing off, as they are prone to do. Most of our collection of winter ducks have left. We have a couple mallards floating around, and the ones you can see are males, so hopefully the females are on a nest somewhere. We have a few swallows flying around. Got the ones I can see well are northern rough wings, so I'll see if I can pick up anything different. Not yet. There has been an eagle hanging out around here, so maybe he'll make an appearance, or she. But other than that, it is just absolutely beautiful here. If you got to isolate, if you got a social distance, this is a pretty nice way to do it. Well, there are a few red-winged blackbirds around here. And let's see, anybody else hiding in the marsh? Not at the we're checking for technical issues. Okay, they say it's live. Keep talking. Okay, I'm happy to do that. Be easier if I had a couple beers, but I'll manage. No, not in these times. It's not. Got a nice view. Probably can't see it in the camera, but if you look far to the right up on the hill, you can see the town of Jerome and the Asylum Hotel on top of that. This is nice. The sun getting up high enough now just to start to warm things up. So it's I have some collared doves calling in the background behind me somewhere. But anyway, just mallard right overhead. Vroom. And there's the mallard back again, right through the camera. As many of you well know, a great blue heron in the distance. I'm sure you can't see him, but you'll just have to trust me. Always good to see. A number of people out walking, which is great. Everybody's spread out. Nice about all these beautiful public parks we have in Arizona. There's plenty of room for people to get out, enjoy the outdoors, get some exercise and social distance. I find being in nature is just a great relief right now. So I'm very grateful for the life I have up here. Nope, nobody knew. friend, the rough-wing. What do you see, Laura? Oh. Laura Jones, who's just on her first edge of becoming an expert birder, has spotted a pie-billed grebe. Very nice. Good job, Laura. He's totally opposite the camera. No hope you folks at home will see him, but he's just sitting there. The cottonwood trees are doing their thing. So there's the grebe is like swimming through all this stuff on this, all the sheddings from the cottonwood trees. It's actually like being in snow flurries at parts of the day. And so there he is. And occasional great-tailed grackle zooming by. And obviously most of you folks online have gotten our emails and notices, so if anybody's got any interesting bird sightings or stories, no matter where you are in the state, don't be afraid to, don't hesitate to send them in. We'd like to hear from everybody. Just know you're hanging in there. Yeah, let us know where you're watching from. We'd be happy to hear that. Fascinating to see how many people we have tuned in. Woohoo! All right, Laura Jones reports that 31 of you tuned in. That's my biggest audience ever. Was my first audience ever. So, yahoo! And also, they're live. Oh, if they're live, they can go ahead and post. Go ahead and, if you got any questions or you'd like to say anything at all, please post it up, and we have the ability to respond. Stay near this. No, I'll just leave the camera there. I just want to look around behind me here. I'll stay right near the camera so we don't mess up the audio. I'm sort of scanning the hills opposite the pond and looking for any other birds that are flying around, but it's quiet. Nobody up in the skies yet. But our raptors like it a little warmer, maybe a little wind, so they don't have to work so hard. Oh, what a nice morning.
Minnesota.
Oh, someone's watching. Someone's tuned in from Minnesota.
Colorado.
Okay. We have people tuned in from Minnesota and Colorado. A couple more swallows, both northern rough-wings. So we don't have a staggering bird list, but that really doesn't matter today. Common yellowthroat calling, doing his witchety, witchety, witchety. Might even pick him up on the camera mic. Let's see. Oh, Gila Woodpecker in the tree behind me here. Oh, someone from Tucson. Don't have a huge number of singing, so most of the singing is from great-tailed grackles, if you call what they do singing, and red-winged blackbirds. Probably the one you hear the most right at this moment is probably red-winged blackbirds. They're filling in the wonderful background of the wetlands here. And like I say, there's a witchety, which is the common yellowthroat. There has been, like I said, there was a Gila woodpecker calling. And so there's not a great deal of variety here at the moment.
We've got somebody from California,
Oh,
Independent, California, and another person from Ohio.
all right, we got spread out. Someone from California listening, and someone from Ohio.
And Clarkdale is in the house.
And Clarkdale's in the house. Well, Clarkdale's sitting at the picnic table.
Yeah, well, also somebody in Clarkdale.
All right, there's a different swallow. There's a violet green swallow. Oh, got a nice little batch. Got about 20 swallows up a little higher over the pond. A couple violet greens, but still most of them are northern ruffling swallows. And I can hear them making a call. They're not really singing, but they're doing a little buzzy call they do, flying around. And got a little, just a slight breeze picking up. It is. Oh, it is just so nice sitting here. I don't want to leave. Just once again, I think to myself how fortunate I am that got a nice safe place in the outdoors to be. Oh, yeah. Oh. I'm sure most of you who've been to more than just the last couple festivals remember Dina Greenwood, and all she did for the festival is one of the founders, driving force behind many of the conservation efforts in this area. Fantastic human being. It was this past Monday, the 20th of April, would have been her 64th birthday. So you just keep a little thought of her in this moment, also with the festival. We don't ever want to forget what she's done for conservation in this area and for the birding festival. Laura says it's getting a little chilly now. But be careful. Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I know.
A month.
It'll be 89 this afternoon.
Yeah, a month from now, we'll pray for this coolness. How is the Laura? Can you hear me? Do you have the volume on, or are you not? Do you
They can hear you.
monitoring it? Okay, I'm just worried about. Let me know if the wind noise gets to be too much, and I can move closer.
There is some wind noise, but it's not terrible.
All right. Well, in a few minutes we'll pick up, and maybe we'll walk down a couple of lagoons to get sort of in the grove there a little more.
Cool.
And down, and I'll take you where all the birds are. Big flocks of them down there. Always.
She says she can hear you, Whit, but not.
Okay, well that's fine. Up there's our first raven of the morning flying by. Not really interested in us or anything around here. He appears to be all business. Just flying straight away. Airplane, how lovely. I suppose we only have a few of those now. It's amazing. Even here, some people remarked about how nice and clean the air is. Remarkable reminder how things once were. team. I think this wind's going to continue to pick up. Let's walk down a pond or two and just get into find a little cover.
Okay.
So we're going to stay filming. I have no idea what the camera will be pointing at, but we'll see what happens. Oh, look! It's a mallard. Yeehaw! Everybody got your keys, whatever you had laying on the ground? Okay. Yeah. That yours? Yours? All right, we're off. Or at least even just the dot, so everybody can. Got him? Okay, there you are, folks. There's a little friendly pie-billed grebe sitting there saying hello. He sort of likes the camera. Look at him.
Somebody asked what that's. Oh, and Ned already answered mallards.
Oh, cormorant, neotropic cormorant just flew by. You'll have to take my word for it.
Fast.
And, okay, let's mosey on, find us a little place out of the wind here.
To go to the next pond, we'll walk out.
Okay.
It's a show really fun, guys.
Hello, warbler calling. Hello. hunting, get some walking, fishing here, something for everybody. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that was a good spot. Blackbirds. Yeah, this is nice now. Wind, good light. Let's see if we can just right here. Yeah, just wherever you can find, just right on the cattails there, we got some nice light. As you can probably tell, we haven't done this a whole lot. If you look up in the, we got some background there, yeah. Up in the, just looking across the marsh here, we just trying to find a spot a little out of the wind. The wind was starting to pick up. Still got our same great-tailed grackles calling, redwood blackbirds calling. And in the background you can see, excuse me, you can see Mingus Mountain. And if I look real careful, I can see a Stellar's jay up there, but probably not. Anyway, I'm going to get back, have a seat here, and let's see what we can find here.
There was a question, do you hear yellow warblers?
Yes. Yes, I do hear yellow warblers. They're not a lot. I would have expected a few more. Walking over here, there were 2 or 3, but I would expect to hear a few more. I'm surprised I'm not hearing more common yellow throats. But once again, the breeze is picking up just a little bit. I can't hear as well as when we started the session, you know, half an hour or so ago.
Swallows? Question mark?
At the particular moment, no. There isn't actually one in the air here. There's plenty of bugs. They seem to be eating me. But we had a number of that same pair of boy mallards flying around. They got nothing else to do apparently.
There were a lot of northern rough-wings yesterday.
And again, back up, 2 cormorants up high. Let's see. I'm guessing with the. They look smallish with a long tail. I'm going to go with neotropic, but they're pretty far off. Cool, they're turning. Maybe they'll come back. Maybe they saw the camera. Yeah. If they come closer, I'll let you know. They're just kind of flying around up there. But no, of the when we first sat down at that first lagoon we sat at, we said quite a few swallows there. Almost all northern rough wings. I saw a couple of violet greens. Once again, I'd expect
Yeah.
a
With all
few more
these
swallows.
ants.
Be a good spot. Could easily get 3 or 4 types of swallows. Certainly, they'll probably get them Sunday. Tune in Sunday for the wetlands with Rich Armstrong. He'll get you on. Maybe he'll get 4 or 5 swallows there. But we ought to have barn swallow and cliff swallow. Should be quite easy. And tree swallow and bank swallow show up, but they're not near as common as the other swallows. And let's see, as most of you know, the upcoming schedule tomorrow morning, you will be entertained by Lisa Grubbs at the Bubbling Ponds Complex. That should be really good. And Saturday morning will be Tim Weber up on the rim at Kachina Wetlands or somewhere. Oop, what's that flying? Oh, great-tailed grackle. Tried turning into something else. And then Sunday you'll have the unstoppable Rich Armstrong from Sedona Wetlands. So it'll be fun. And this is sort of, each show will get better. We're sort of just getting the technical stuff down. And so this is good. Glad you all could join us. And I'll sit here, see if we can hear or find something new. But like I say over and over again, there are a whole lot worse things I could be doing. You folks can probably, even in the wind, I bet you can hear the great-tailed grackles. They make they're very noisy. They like to show off. There's another Gila Woodpecker behind me a few minutes ago. You probably heard him. Stand up. I won't move away from the camera. Just kind of looking behind me here. Ooh, what's that? Thought I heard a chattering. I've got a nice male Bullock's Oriole behind me. You possibly can hear the chattering. I don't know if you can pick it up. And of course, the Gila Woodpecker's got to drown them out. But that's what I heard. So anyway, one nice male Bullock's Oriole behind me. Behind the camera, I should say. And that's always a treat. Technical people. Oh, just me and the camera right now. Everybody else has wandered off. There's Isaac. Everything still working okay?
Everything's still working.
Awesome. Well, obviously, being a leader, I always want more birds, but gotta take what I can get here this morning, and hopefully this will never happen again. Otherwise we'll invest in fancier camera equipment. But this is all good fun. So Laura,
Yes.
how many people we got tuned in?
52 right now.
52 of you folks tuned in. Thank you very much.
Either something.
Nanette said she heard a Gila Woodpecker.
Yes, she did. Yeah, that was.
Did you see it was either a green heron flew from there over there, but he went right into the.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah,
I missed that. Yell out next time.
Yeah.
Really?
He went into the cattails.
Yeah. Patty Grinnell's just hanging out with us, and she saw a green heron fly from one set of cattails to another, but I didn't see it. Worrying too much about what I look like on camera. Ha ha ha. I don't see him now. He must have ducked right in. Yeah.
56 people.
Wow, that's great. I'm surprised we're not seeing more great blue herons or.
Yeah, I just had one in the Patty standing near us, who just asked about, surprised hadn't seen more great blue herons, and I only had one flying in the distance earlier.
There might be some down at the next one.
Yeah. But I think our, well, we could do a few more minutes here, then head down. We still got time, so we could head down one more pond. So let's give it another 5 minutes or so here, and let's walk down to the end pond. Maybe that's where everything is. We're about due. We ought to have an osprey fly by.
Yeah, I saw one.
I said we ought to have one fly
Yeah,
by.
I saw one way up on Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
He's in the thermal.
Annette says you're leading the biggest birding group that the festival's ever had.
That's amazing, 50-some people. I'm
55
really
now.
It was over 60 for a minute.
It was over 60 for a minute.
Oh.
Success, Laura.
Well, again, anybody who's tuned in, thank you. We're going to sit here a few more minutes, and then we'll try one more pond. And
Oh, there it is. I see it, Whit. And it might not be a heron. It might be a rail.
there you go, Patty.
It's really hard to see because of the camouflage, but I see it's white. It's very white. Let me see, get a spot. Okay, see the great big aspen?
Yep.
He's right below that and to the left. And
You know what that is, Patty? Wow,
is it a rail?
Patty's just made a fantastic sighting. This is, I mean, there's no way you can pick it up on the camera.
Yeah.
That's at least bittern.
Oh, bitter, no, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I wish you folks were here to see this in the scope. I don't have a scope yet. I wish I had my scope with me, but I can just make it out.
If we walk down that way, we might be
Well,
able
we'll
to.
walk. Yeah, we'll walk towards it. But they're notoriously
Yes,
secretive. I
they
mean,
are.
usually you can't see them when you try to see one. To have it
Videos and photos and
come out and pose is just.
He's like stretched out and sunning himself. There's no sun right there.
Very cool.
If he'd stay there and we could get close, you could see.
Yeah, well, we'll walk towards them, but that's still. You just don't
I
get
knew
this.
he had too much light color to be the heron, but I just got a glimpse.
Yeah. So anyway, there's our bird of the morning, a visual on a least bitter. Very cool. Boy, that would be awesome to have a bird walk in person. All right, Isaac, let's pick the camera up. We'll walk towards that way. I can't imagine the bittern's going to hang out for a camera show. Stay tuned, folks.
if we go this way, then you can put down.
Yeah. Sounds good. Are we ready, Ski Daddy?
You know it.
Love hearing the identification of the bird call.
Okay. I'm good. I'm glad we can hear them.
I thought you were going to stay for 2021's Birdie Festival. Hey guys, take care.
All right.
Did you find it yet? Yeah.
I don't see it now.
He's there. He's there. He's just not stretched out. He's right beneath the tree. We left the phone.
Oh, my phone. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Still there. Can you? This might be the best place. Can you try to get the camera on it?
It probably won't.
No.
I still don't see it.
No, I lost it.
No, he's right there. We're still,
Yeah, I
for
see
those of
him.
you who can hear me, we're just working on
Yeah.
See if there's any way we can
See
get
the
a camera
tall
view of the
tree
least.
over there? Not the bushy one, but the tall one. The
Least
one in the,
bitter.
he's right beneath it,
Yeah, if he-
almost directly beneath
But
it.
it's
And
you know, it's a bird that's only this big.
And he's all the colors. He's a little bit to the right at the bottom, but the only colors you can see on him is he's got like a very black stripe on his head and brown underneath. The rest all melds in with that cattails. Yeah, and I don't think you're gonna get any. They're very shy. I don't. Maybe if we go around this bend, you could get a little closer.
Let's
to it.
try it. We got nothing to lose.
You don't usually stand up like that.
No, that's. You don't have your binoculars, Laura?
I forgot my binoculars bit. That shows my amateur status.
You got my cell phone?
I have your phone though, yeah.
All right, let's see what we're going to
And that's wondering what we're seeing or maybe what we're looking at.
We're looking at the bittern.
Bitter?
Bittern. B-I-T-T-E-R-N. Bittern.
probably just, we're getting closer now. I'll look for it again, but I'm sure he just called right back. Right back in the cattails. No, I don't see him now. That was great for a while. No, he just crawled, disappeared back in. But let's find another spot to set up.
This has been outside more than I think I was walking. Okay. Yesterday I walked 7 miles. Wow.
All right, let's work down in here. Yellow warbler calling. Right here on the there's also a summer tanager calling.
Got Gail from Maryland. Maryland just queued in.
Maryland. Had someone from Maryland just queued in. Awesome. Summer tanager calling. Right. Oh, I guess now it's over on the other side of the pond. Never mind.
Look at all the dust on the lagoon. Some cottonwood fluff. I think just turn the camera just back this way, anywhere in here with the lights. Not too bad.
How we doing? Audio still okay? All right. They just leave right on the table there. Thank you, Laura. Okay, so here we are at the last lagoon. Another lovely spot. Look at here. We're tucked in totally out of the wind here. Should be a fabulous spot for swallows, but I don't see a one. So this goes to show there's no figuring it out. But I'm delighted by the. I wish I could have shared it, but the sighting of Elise Bittern was great. That'll be our bird of the day. And so, Laura, what's our statistics? How many?
So we got 53 folks tuning in.
57.
70?
57.
That,
Mine's a little slower than mine.
presently, we have 57 folks tuned in, and some have come and gone. So we've had very nice turnout. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Is that just a plastic bag? But look at how the sun, it looks like
Yeah.
a big jellyfish.
Now, sadly,
This is where we might see otters if we're lucky.
yeah, it's probably got to be earlier. And
Have to be pretty lucky.
That looks like there's a light in it coming out.
yeah, it's just the
The way the
this
sun
is
is.
it's just the sun shining off a log out there. Again, most of the noise you can hear in birds are those same old great-tailed grackles. There's somebody flying over there. What do we have? We have a mourning dove
Oh,
over the treetops on the far side of the pond. And
yeah, it's just the way the sun is hitting the corner of the
yep,
wall.
that's what it is. Common yellowthroat calling from right over in the corner here. No, not as much activity as I hoped for.
We had big gardens for years, and I have no desire to do that. Besides, you can't dig around here.
You know what, crew? Let's Isaac, you right there?
Yep.
Let's walk our way up. Let's just sort of walk along up in the upper end here. This is- Okay. Just walk our way up. Here we'll find a little more activity. It is beautiful here, but bird-wise, it's a little quiet.
Where are you going to be tomorrow? Are you doing this again?
I'm not sure. Tavasi Marsh, I think, maybe.
I might come out as a spotter. Tomorrow we're on Bubbling Planet, but yeah.
Nancy asked if a birder is ever satisfied with the number of birds.
Never enough birds. Especially if you're a weeder, you somehow feel responsible for the number of birds and somehow you're supposed to make it happen. And sometimes we can't.
It's good to have it, obviously it's good to have
It is. It's when you're birding, it's always good to have a couple things to look at. If you're focused on one thing, you might see something else.
Good morning.
We're
doing,
birding.
Virtual
Virtual birding.
tour.
We could telling you guys to do virtual fishing.
These probably the great bigger herons that Bubba and Collins last. One killing out there last 2 days ago.
Usually out here, like, and at the end of the day, so if I'm feeling like I have, think I have energy, say at the end of the day, I think I'll come out and maybe I'll just take a little bit more. You know, I think you do it? Yeah, I can do that. We have a hot spot. Isaac has in the backpack. So that's how we, that's my phone on, that's the camera. Get 'em up.
Alright, we have, I gotta get away from this transformer, but I have a beautiful male summer tanager calling right over my head. You got him, Isaac?
Bright red.
Oh, there he is.
You got him. You folks see him?
You hear him?
Right straight over my head, bright red. Can you get it all? Get it in the camera at all,
There
Isaac?
he goes. He just took off
I don't know if I caught it or not.
that way. I'll get that, Isaac.
Maybe there's a female around. I don't have words across the road
Jenny asked what was in the tree.
Oh, beautiful male summer tanager calling away. All right, we'll get over here by this little dock and make our last stand. All right, another squat as nice as it gets. Hello. I guess it's here. All right, here we are for the.
5 more minutes, Whit.
We'll stick out here for the end of our broadcast. See if we can hopefully add a couple things to our list.
Something different maybe.
Yeah, well,
That male tanager was nice.
yeah, he was beautiful.
The female might be around.
Yep.
I got a really good look at the great horned owl after
Oh,
Johnny and I did.
Oh.
It's beautiful.
yeah.
We can see that black one in the tree there.
Okay, yeah, there's great-tailed grackles in the tree that have been around us all morning making plenty of noise. It's possible to miss them. Got a couple more female-type great-tailed grackles in this bare branch tree right here. Yeah. It's always hoping for more when you're out.
Someone hears lesser goldfinches in the distance.
Yes, but very good. You have better ears than I do. I got my hearing aids in. I got, yes, they're behind us. Just across the road is a good weedy spot. Good weedy area along the ditch there. Wow, I'm impressed.
Bob Miller says, "Thanks, Whit. We needed this."
All right, well, thank you, Bob.
Hey, Bob Miller.
Thanks, Bob. Good to hear from you. Take care. I want to see you out here next year.
We're going to visit Bob in the desert when this is over.
Oh, right here. There you guys right here.
Oh yeah.
There's summer tanager right down low. I don't know if the camera guy, can you try to get it, Isaac?
Yep.
Oh, yep. I'll move the rest of you. There we go.
He's calling for the female.
We'll probably hear him. Folks maybe very well be able to hear him calling.
There he goes. Oh, he's up.
Yeah, you should be able to, over the car, should be able to hear the male summer tanager calling. Absolutely gorgeous bird. Let's see, flying in the distance, we have one more raven cruising by.
Oh, there, something just flew to him. Might be the female. Yeah, he's still there.
Sitting here, we're counting down to the end, hoping for one more good bird to come by. I was hoping there's been a bald eagle in the area, so I was hoping he'd show up, or she. And, but can't always make it happen. So while we're getting ready to wind down here, so tomorrow morning, same time, same channel, we'll have 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. We'll have Lisa Grubbs at the Bubbling Ponds Complex. That should be really good. And appreciate everyone showing up, everyone tuning in. Please feel free to comment at any point. And these both, my earlier presentation and this one will be available, will be posted on the site, right? People can access
And on YouTube, yep.
on the site and on the festival site and YouTube, so they can be accessed later in the day. And I won't be offended if you fast forward through parts of it.
Save the clock.
All right, we ready to go? Okay, folks, thank you everyone for tuning in and participating. It's a wrap.